Well, hello. How's it going? It's time for some Caves of QUD. Starting a little bit late today. I may or may not have fell asleep. And I maybe only woke up about half an hour ago. Oops. Which is what I would say if it actually happened, but who knows? I don't remember what we were doing yesterday. What happened yesterday? I think we went to Golgotha super early, and surprise, surprise, we died at the bottom. And then we started a new character. Let's have a look. Yeah, we need to start a new character. I don't know what this character is, so let's get rid of it. Okay, classic. We can't do Truekin because we are doing an achievement hunt, and it's a bit easier, I think, with Mutant because we need certain skills. I still really like the Marauder, the Axe class, to be honest. But maybe we'll do something else. We'll do you know what? Let's do a Cudgel class because we haven't done one in a long time. Let's start with, I mean, honestly, extra ego. We do need beguiling, so +3 willpower, -1 strength, but we do start with Cudgel. I don't like it. Yep, we're gonna start as the Apostle. And that way we can spec into whatever we want. We'll take Beguiling there. I'm gonna take double muscled again. Let's take... You know what? Let's take amphibious. Yeah, we'll take amphibious. It's not that bad at all. It leaves us with 7 points. What am I liking the look of here? I mean, we could go a horn build. It is a short blade, but maybe. I do want to do a strength build though, I think. If we're going to do double muscled. Well, you know what? Let's do it this way. We were going to do an actual corrosive gas thing, weren't we, in our last playthrough? So let's take corrosive gas. We'll take horns then, why not? We're a bit all over the place, but that's okay. And then with our final point, let's just take beak for the extra ego. I'd like 18 strength, please. And I'd like a similar amount of agility and toughness. Willpower, 18. Ego, take that to 20. And int will go 14. Very well-rounded character. The intelligence is going to be a little bit tough. So you know what? Since we have double muscled, take a couple points of strength of strength and put it into int. There we go. We're not going to start with a pet this time, just because I don't want to kill it with my corrosive gas straight off the bat. This is going to be Mr. No. Mower. There we go. Mower. Chopper. Let's go. Great quote there. One of the best quotes in the game by Warden Indrix. Okay, here we go. What are we starting with here? Lots of water. And you know what? I think for now we will make our horns our main weapon. Once we get charged, this is going to become incredible. I guess we'll spec into short blade since we're using horns. Take the early quests here. And finally, Argive. It'd be cool if you could actually drink with Argive. He's a pretty big deal, you know? Just make sure I've got everything mapped. Corrosive gas is on 2. Intimidate, proselytize, and beguile. Okay, cool. Well, what do we have here? Lots and lots of water. Be sneaky here. Wow, a torch, great. Ooh, a small box, huh? Crayons, great. We did just grab 2 chrome revolvers, which is which is really nice because I am a pistol fan in card. We may as well equip them both. Let's go turn in the first two knickknacks for Argive. Oh, really? I thought the box of crayons would count, but apparently not. The more you know. Take all of this. You know, the leather armor actually early game would be really, really nice. Wow, you're selling a Taco Suprema. Interesting. I never see you with that. Ever. Look at that, honey. I'm not going to be using that anytime soon. Alright, good trade, good trade. Let me turn the jazz off and we can enjoy the QUD music. Let's turn it up a little bit. Okay. I'll do a quick auto explore here, see if we're missing any cool bits of lore. And then I think as normal, I'm just going to run down into the cave below. I'm going to maybe pick up some followers, although ultimately I want to be using corrosive gas as much as possible, which means we can't, unless we have like a skunk follower. It's not going to be a good combo. Alright, that'll do. Suppose we should drink with the warden and with the elder. The Dream of Charm. Okay, we have our first historic site. Beautiful. Let's go see what these guys, who these guys have their rep with. Okay. Do you want to learn Harvestry? Yes. Alright, beautiful. Ooh. Little early bedroll here. Okay. Here we go. Come this way, please, my friend. And get absolutely destroyed. Now, one thing I'm going to do going forward, because of the achievements we're going after, we need to take trash divining as early as possible. What do we have here? We've got cider, and probably more cider. Yes. You know, it doesn't hurt to start collecting some cider. If only to sell it. There we go. Alright, we got a little doggy. You know what? Let's proselytize. We'll let the dog go deal with, I mean, the centipede, yes. I do not want to be fighting centipedes at level 1. Alright, how damaged are you? Not all. Good, good. Well then in that case, let me pop corrosive gas and run backwards. There we go. Level 2. I just saw something explode. Did you see that? Ah, it was you with the boom rose arrow. You know what, my friend? You want to get beguiled? You do not want to get beguiled. Okay, well, guess I'll die then. Just see if he follows us up. I don't think he will. Whilst we're here, we'll level up. Give me more gas, please. Not really anything we can buy with our skill points just yet. We could, I mean, we can buy cudgel, we can buy axe. But since we're going for a horn build here, then I guess we're going to spec into short blade. Let's grab that real quick. Heal up. I think getting the leather armor from Tam definitely helped us out. All right, here he is again. You are wounded. So you know what? Let's try and be a bit sneaky here. Pop this. Give him the old razzle dazzle, and then loot all of this good stuff. What does he have? He has some furs. He has a yurt mat. There's a steel battle axe that we will sell. This we will also sell. Beautiful. Alright, we have our second knick-knack. You don't normally see such a crowded cave to start, and you almost never see books, so that's kind of nice. I believe we are being shot right now by maybe... hopefully not a turret, but it looks like it could be a turret. Let's go and deal with this if we can. It is a turret, I knew it. Close that door. We may have to stop here then, because turret is a great way of getting absolutely destroyed early game. Come on, you can hit it. There we go. Ooh, we can name a chrome revolver. Amazing. Hey Ace, how you doing? Good to see you again. What you been up to? How's the game dev coming along? We're gonna call this Aces taking a break from one project to go back and fix another. Oh really? What are you working on at the moment then? I'm gonna call this Aces Ace right here. I'm gonna get a cool, my favorite. We're gonna get the friggin', where did it go? Wait, isn't there a oh, I've forgotten which one it is. One of these gives you a really cool effect. Shit, I don't remember which one it was. Give me glittering. You share it once it's fixed. Don't want people looking at it while it's broken. That's fair. I hope it's going well. How's the Sweden life going? Are you getting loads of sun at the moment? We are here. It's amazing. Although it makes me feel a little awkward being such a goth. Alright, fuck this room. Please don't kill me. Thank you. Let's go hand this thing in. It's finally above 15 degrees and you're so happy. I know, right? Like, feels like winter in the UK this year was like 6 months long. It's been about 22, 23 over the last couple days. And it's just such a game changer. Like, I'm sick of feeling like shit all the time because the weather's so gloomy, you know? The only problem is, like, I'm okay with it being in the 20s, but when it hits like 30 degrees, I just fucking melt, and I can't cope with it, you know? Alright, you're a tropical bird that dresses like a corvid, sorry. Man, anytime I see the word corvid now, my brain just, like, changes it to COVID. How depressing is that? I would kind of describe myself the same, to be honest. I do fucking love just the sun. I went to a really cool, probably ID that before I sell it. I went to a really cool like a street party and a kind of like a small festival last week, and it was sunny, and it was like such an incredible feeling to actually have that again. I need more of that. Sure. Take my side. No, keep my cider for now. You like that hot partially because it's an excuse to do nothing. That's true. But do you not feel like the you don't feel pressure from, like, I don't know, fucking society to actually do something because it's a nice day? I do, and it kind of bums me out sometimes. Like, I'm a big fan of doing fuck all and just chilling out and you know, doing whatever I want to do. But then, you know, I look out my window and I see people, like, walking around and having a nice time, and I'm just like, what are these guys, what are they doing? Why are you outside on such a hot day? Alright, we're good here. Let's go chow down on some of the delicious apple mats here. What is mats? I've never had that IRL. Sounds tasty, whatever it is. Australian culture recognises you should rest when that's a great point, yeah. Good point. I can't even imagine how hot it gets at times. Although I know, like, most places in Oz have aircon and things, but also, you've been to the UK, right, Ace? So you, like, in the UK, it's like whenever it's hot, it's really humid. It's not the nice kind of heat that you can get nice and crisp and tan. It's like heat that makes you want to blow your brains out. Hey Frank, how you doing, dude? I am good. I started really late today because I may have eaten a shitload of paella, and then I fell asleep and I didn't wake up until like 5:45. So about an hour ago I woke up, so I was like, shit, because normally I like to start the stream at like 5:30. But there you go. It's the same in Sweden. Yeah, maybe it's just maybe it's just a Europe thing. Maybe with all this water around, it just makes it unbearably muggy. No. In southern parts of Australia during the summer, it's a nice dry heat. Yeah, that's what I crave. I just need some dry heat. I don't want, like, you know, 35 degrees with like 100% humidity, because it feels like it actually feels like you're dying to a certain extent. And my house is insulated to fuck, so it means that I can't go outside because it's too humid. I can't really do anything indoors because it's even warmer. It's like a lose-lose. Working on some design stuff for a client, nothing exciting. Are you doing any more stuff for your game, Frank? Any more pixel art? The northern is tropic and it's hot. Not many people live in the north, relatively speaking, of Australia, though, do they? And they have a dry season and a wet season. It's more unpleasant. I do sometimes wonder, like, if you live in, like, I don't know, Southeast Asia or somewhere, where it's like perpetually tropical, and or like, you know, South America, like, dude, I couldn't do it. What am I gonna do about this turret here? I think I'm just gonna rush it and probably die. I'm gonna pop a little smoke. Jump here. No, this is not gonna work. Hopefully the corrosive gas will go over there. We have an attribute point to spend, my bad. Give me strength. I'm a strong boy. And give me... yeah, give me more horns. You managed to make Escoria work with Godot yesterday by reverting to 3.5 instead of 4. You're super thrilled? Ah, yeah, I think it was Ace that suggested Godot. I'm glad you got it working. Of course, I have no idea what you're talking about. I do, but I'm not a programmer as much as I would like to be. Okay, here's a question. How do you two, when you're like writing code and things, how do you not just become fueled by rage and blood and vengeance and anger when it doesn't work? It has Brisbane, but that's about the third largest city. Really, the population difference, Eastern Quarter versus Western, is 3 to 4. Yeah, I know, like, most people tend to live on, like, the southeast coast, right? Like Melbourne and Sydney. Where is Adelaide? Adelaide is on the west coast, or is it still on the east coast? I know so many Australian people, I should know this by now. You can't hit me. There we go. Got him. Yeah, give me some friggin... what are we getting for this? We're getting a bleeding save difficulty. Well, sure, I'll take it. And then we're gonna get bloodletter. I'm not gonna get jab because I'm a horn lord right now. Oh my god, that Snapjaw dropped a clay pot. That is not a common drop. That's really cool. I mean, we're not going to use it because we're not playing a Chimera, but that's really cool. You wanted to use it, but it seemed to cause conflicts with... what is Escoria? I actually don't know what Escoria is. Currently porting a project from 3 to 4 causes 4 fixes some graphical glitches that were unavoidable in 3, but that means there's a lot of new weird bugs to fix. Adelaide is Australia's crotch. Yeah, I've never been to Australia, unfortunately, but I used to have one of my best teachers ever in primary school, Mrs. Lawson. She was from Adelaide, and she was always talking about Adelaide, and she was like the nicest teacher ever. So I feel weirdly fond of Adelaide, despite never going there. Get bled. Escoria is a platform built in Godot to create point-and-click adventures. Oh, okay. Oh, that's really cool. So you're definitely doing a point-and-click. I like it. There's not enough point-and-click games out there, in my opinion. They kind of fell off, maybe in like the late 90s, early 2000s. Speaking of pointing and clicking, I really want to buy Diablo 4. It looks so fucking good. But then I look at the price and I'm like, oh my god. £60 just for the regular version. 60 fucking pounds. And then it goes up to 80 and 90 for the you know, the fancy schmancy limited edition. But man, that game looks great, and I've seen people play it for a little bit, and I feel like I'm really gonna enjoy it, so maybe I just fucking buy it. You know? You feel like Adelaide is a good place for teachers to come from. It's sort of posh city, even though it's the 4th largest. Oh, really? I know, like, famously, Melbourne is probably the opposite of that. Like, Melbourne is where a lot of trash come from, according to my friends and my brother, who lived there for a couple of years. But it's also a really fun city. It's kind of like London, I suppose. Half the game is point and click, the other half will be first person. I remember you saying, yeah, like Eye of Beholder, or what's that other game? What's that dungeon crawler called where it's first person? It's point and click. It's like a party-based. The game I never played, but I always wanted to. It's about 5-6 years old, whatever the fuck the game is I'm speaking about right now. Try and mix 2 genres. It's a good. You can get away with that for sure, Frank. That's a good two genres to have. You enjoy the puzzle when coding a lot of the time. You feel like a wizard. Plus, your anger issues pretty much disappeared once you transitioned and didn't have as much testosterone. That's actually a really. Firstly, I'm really glad to hear that. That's actually a really good point. I think a lot of guys are slave to testosterone. You know. Especially the Andrew Tates and the incels of the world. I'm just angry because of trauma. But you know, I work on it, and I have therapy every Wednesday. I had it this morning, and it helps a lot. The Young Ivory I don't want to speak to the Young Ivory. I want to steal this shit. Melbourne is Australia's Seattle. Sydney is our New York. That's a great analogy. It's interesting to know testosterone plays a role in anger. Oh, big time. Yeah. It's that's why most men are born smashers, you know. We like to smash, we like to destroy. Yeah, I find myself sometimes getting, like, just unreasonably angry. Oh my god, this is terrifying. Like, unreasonably angry based on, you know, just stupid shit that I shouldn't even give a rat's ass about. And I think the hard thing to really... the hard thing to keep in mind, you know what, give me double muscled for the strength. Is that a lot of like anger, especially when it's other people that make you angry, it's like you gotta let it be, you know? You can't control what other people do on a daily basis, you know? Best to just fucking let it lie and go about your day and not worry about other people's shit. Easier said than done, but used to be angry so often, not so much anymore. You blame old age. I do think, yeah, as you get older, you do chill out a bit. I've definitely started, now that I'm in my 30s, I feel a lot calmer than I did in my 20s for sure. And also, you know, I give a lot of props for things like therapy and having friends that you can talk about this kind of stuff with. I think for the most point, you know, anger is... My therapist always says anger is depression swallowed, and it really is. You don't have a good outlet or anyone to talk to, you're just gonna... It's just gonna kind of grow and grow until it gets to a point that... I don't know, you lash out or do something stupid. Dude! Frank, it's your birthday. Holy shit, man. Happy birthday. Oh, man, I wish I'd known. I actually would have made, like, a little something for the stream. Happy 41st, man. 41 years old. Holy cow. I'm not far off that now, myself. Wow, you're a summer baby. I don't know many people who are born in the summer. What are you doing anything nice today, Frank, for your birthday? Or is it just a regular day for you? The 40s is where it's at. Still in shape, a tidbit more wisdom. Yeah, for sure. Like, I'm not all worried about hitting 40. I love being in my 30s. Mostly because I don't do dumb shit anymore. Mostly. You think getting chiller as you get older is also a function of having seen more shit? For sure. It's that typical wisdom thing, isn't it? Of like, not immediately reacting to something. All your friends are from June, July, or August. For me, everybody in my family seems to be born in October, myself included. I think my family, they enjoy a good old Valentine's Day. Bang. So you're born in June, so that means you were conceived in what, like September? I wonder what was happening in September in Quebec. Some kind of cheese and wine festival, perhaps? Just a regular day, supposed to go to a restaurant with the family on Friday. Oh, that'd be nice. What kind of restaurant are you going to? If you had to pick, if you can pick like one type of food, what are you going for? At a restaurant, that is. You're November, so many people around you are Pisces. Yeah, my mum is Pisces. I'm like right at the very end of October, so I'm almost November. I'm so close to having a Halloween birthday, and the goth in me is really sad that it never panned out. So close to Halloween. Look at all these books, dude. I want to be rich. Assuming I survive. Oh, that's what I need. I need to buy... Okay, never mind. I can't buy it yet. I need to buy charge. Give me the gas. Oh my god, what is this room? That's a crab. If I pop corrosive right here, I'm going to piss a beetle off. I'm fine with that. Assuming I can actually get out of this room, okay? Alright, the beetle is alive, unfortunately. Try and bait it through the gas here. The beetle survived, dude. Beetle bombs are actually tanks. Run over here and heal. Halloween birthday is cool and odd. Your B-day would get shadowed by Halloween. It would when I was younger, but I think as an adult, like, I do actually have a lot of friends that even as adults they still enjoy Halloween. But also I don't care, you know. I'm still kind of lucky because my brother has an early January birthday, and alright, I think we killed the beetle. And I always feel bad for him because he's shadowed by not only Christmas but New Year. Man, I ate so much fucking rice today that it was like 3 hours ago and I'm still full. You're on the cusp between Sagittarius and Scorpio. So when you move to Europe, one app changed your star sign because of the time zone difference. Holy shit, Ace, that's actually hilarious. I never considered that. So were you born like close to midnight then? I'm Scorpio, personally, which I think is the coolest star sign. Just because it's a fucking scorpion, you know? Yeah, at like 11 p.m. That's actually hilarious. I never even thought that could happen. Like a time zone difference would change your star sign. Obviously though, I mean not obviously, but I'm not like a fan of astrology or anything. I think a lot of people use it as an excuse for their shitty behavior, especially when they're younger. But I do find it weirdly interesting. Where's all this stuff coming from, man? Two-handed iron sword. Bing bong. Theoretically it shouldn't, but computers are funny. Yeah, computers are funny. My computer is sometimes... Actually, I noticed recently, I moved my desk around and I had to... My computer's pretty heavy, it's got lots of shit in it, you know? And I moved my computer and I noticed now whenever I turn my computer on, it takes like an extra 10 seconds to start up. And I don't know why that might be. Humans are storytellers, it's fun to use tradition to tell stories. Yeah, that's true. I wish I was I have a lot of cool stories I think that I've told on stream, but here we go, I'm gonna beguile the bear. I often get in my own head when I'm telling stories, and I'm like, Ross, shut the fuck up, no one cares. It's really sad. But I have good stories, damn it. Die. Princess die. Have any of you guys seen the Princess Die memes? They're so funny. Probably not. It's probably very UK centric, but man, they make me laugh. You have some great stories, and you're thankful for that because you don't have the kind of memory where you can relive something in your mind. Yeah, me either. Ace, out of curiosity, do you have ADHD or anything like that? Because I also can't really do that. It's like I get snapshots of certain things, but when it comes to actually recalling, I'll give you an example. I might be having a really serious conversation with like a girlfriend or something, and after the fact, like an hour afterwards, like the entire conversation is gone. I don't know the specifics. I just know that we spoke, and I have to really try and concentrate to think back on what was said, but I still can't really do it. And it's definitely I think for me personally, it's the most like debilitating aspect of like ADHD is not being able to like recall important moments, you know, or happy moments or whatever. Alright, are we done on this floor? Yeah, we are. Wicked. It sounds like a perk, not having to relive high school traumas over and over again. Weirdly, I think, you know, when you're younger, your brain is like a sponge, and those are the memories that I can recall a lot clearer. But adult life, like day-to-day stuff, just can't do it. ADHD, autism, aphantasia, alexithymia. Alexithymia, is that a bipolar adjacent? I know there's cyclothymia. I've actually never heard of it. I know about aphantasia. That's kind of a unique thing to have. It's really hard to get tested for autism. I know, like, to an extent, everybody is a little on the spectrum, which is a really cliche thing to say. I think I'm a little more autistic than not, but even saying something like that, I guess, is quite a charged statement. I think ADHD and autism are very adjacent in terms of the effects, for sure. Sometimes you think of an old conversation and get angry or sad. It's been years. Oh yeah, I do that, to be fair. I don't necessarily think of the conversation, but I just think of the time, and I still feel like a lot of cringe and shame from being younger and some of the things I did or some of the things I said. You have a bad memory. You get that as well, Ace. I read as on the spectrum. You know what? A lot of people have told me that. So many people, and I think I would agree. I think I'm, you know, I have some quirks, let's say. One of the biggest eye openers for me was I was with an ex-girlfriend on holiday, and we went to a place up north, and we were staying in a hotel, and we went down because it had a we went down for breakfast, and it was a crappy breakfast, but that's not the point. Anyway, I was like, I grabbed the plate and I was wandering around, and they didn't have. I wanted sausages, and they didn't have sausages, and so I grabbed my plate and I was just kind of standing next to the bit where the food is served, and I wandered back and forth between our table and where the food was served, and I was like panicking because I didn't have sausages, and then I sat down and she was like, "Have you ever been tested for autism?" I was like, "No." "Why?" She was like, "I don't know, some of the things you do sometimes are kind of interesting to see." I was like, "Oh, okay. Maybe I'll speak to my therapist about it." And now I'm on a waiting list that's about 2 years long to get a diagnosis, so it's not going to happen anytime soon, unfortunately. ADHD grants a plus 60% chance for autism. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. When I look at like certain family members, like older family members, like grandparents and uncles and things, and I know for a fact that they are definitely on the spectrum, but obviously because of the generation that they belong to, they never really did anything about it, and it's a little bit heartbreaking, really, to think about it. I also believe that it can be like, it's not necessarily genetic, but it can definitely be like passed down, in the sense that my mum and my brother both have ADHD also. I don't know, I find that kind of odd. You're convinced you're also on the spectrum. Yeah, I hope we can all kind of figure this stuff out at some point in our lives, because it's not easy to get these kind of diagnoses as an adult, because nobody kind of cares when you become an adult. Alexithymia is a really common effect of autism and ADHD, where you're bad at receiving signals from your body. Things like not noticing you're hungry or tired, but not being able to connect with your emotions. Ah, okay. There you go. Today I learned. So it's like your body and your brain aren't necessarily communicating very well. I know personally, when I do therapy, often my therapist will try and get me to feel into my body, to feel like where I'm feeling the emotion or the memory or whatever, and it's fucking impossible. We've been trying it for like 5 years now, and I don't know if this is a similar thing, but I definitely know when I'm hungry. That's for sure. But I never heard of alexithymia before. Thank you for explaining, Ace. You feel like that as well, Frank? You don't feel hunger or stress? You see, where you say there, like, when you're nervous, you'll sweat, but you don't feel nervousness, only the sweat. That does sometimes. I can kind of relate to that to an extent. But with that said, I also have I do take medication for anxiety. But luckily, my anxiety has been really good the last couple years. and I'm hoping I've somehow like grown out of it. I don't think that can happen, but all right, Bing Bong level 6. Literally can't say feelings. It's definitely genetically heritable. Yeah, for sure. I think it is, right? Like, it would be weird if it was just a coincidence that almost everybody in my family seems to have these traits. Presents more or less often based on epigenetic stuff for what's going on in society around your parents. Yeah, I mean, like, when I look at my upbringing, which was honestly really rough, and my mum's, which was pretty much the same, and kind of scary that stuff does roll downhill, if you know what I mean. Definitely take this. Give me... Sorry, one sec. Where do I get charge from? Damn, charge is expensive, huh? Still, it would be worth it in the long run. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? Trying to feel those feelings is a skill you can develop once you get the first bit of it. You start with, I feel tension in my chest, or my fingers feel cold, or my stomach feels tense, and then from there you've learned to work out what your body's trying to tell you. Good, I'm glad that you're able to do that. Normally my chest, my throat, and my face are the places I tend to feel the emotion more, but then sometimes I wonder, like, is that just my way of, like... Because I always say one of those three things, and sometimes I wonder, like, maybe that's just me, like, being lazy, but I don't know. You're incredibly lucky because you wouldn't have been diagnosed for autism under the old system because it relies partially on parents' description of it. If you were weird and your mum is almost definitely auty and never notice anything weird. Ah, that's a good point. Yeah, if you and your parents are similar, they might not necessarily notice this kind of stuff. The other friend's PhD thesis, she developed a new assessment method that's better for adults and women, and they use that for your assessment, and you got Did you get diagnosed back in Australia, or is this more recent? It was back in Australia. I'm really glad that you got the... Well, not that you've got diagnosis, but the fact that you were able to get the diagnosis. Like... I gotta take my hat off to, like, the NHS and stuff, but... When it comes to mental health, they're so lacking, it's genuinely really sad. It takes literally years to get any of this stuff, even the ball rolling slightly. Like, you really have to push. And more so as, like, an adult. I'm kind of lucky in the sense that I have a lot of other kind of medical stuff that I have to deal with that helps. Like physical and mental health stuff. But even then, like, I'm still expecting to wait like 2 years unless I go private. I can't go private, it's way too expensive. I'm probably have to spend like thousands of pounds just to get, and even then it's not guaranteed that you'll get the diagnosis that you think you're going to get, or you may not get any diagnosis and it would have all been for nothing. Who knew that being an adult was so fucking hard? Chest, throat, and face were the easiest ones for you to notice as well, but then you got better at paying attention and started to feel things like hot and cold in different places. Yeah, for me, it's really hard to go below the chest. I just don't really, below it, anything below that, I just don't feel anything. Swedish health is the same, and so is Australian. Yeah, I mean, at least we're all lucky enough here in you know, in Sweden and the UK and Canada to have like free healthcare. Must be feeling like being blind. You don't feel like you get it that strong, but you can perceive feelings, but they're so faded. You we get to notice them. The problem with social health services when capitalist politicians are eroding it. Oh, for sure. Don't even get me started. Like that, and also like the overwhelming bureaucracy, where you just like right now, for example, right? I have like a blood condition, like a bleeding condition, that is it's hereditary. I get like things like nosebleeds and stuff like that a lot, and I'm supposed to have regular scans for my brain and for my lungs because we have an increased risk of aneurysms, essentially. I've now been waiting like 6 months to even have a consultation, and I received a letter a little while ago, and they said, if you haven't heard from us by the 30th of May, give us a call. So I do that. I'm like, hey, I've been waiting, you know, many months now. This is a serious thing. And the guy on the phone basically said, oh, okay, well, unfortunately, there's nothing, calling it is not going to achieve anything. Like, just because you call them, it doesn't mean that they're going to push your, you know, your thing forward, because they're still dealing with all of the pandemic stuff. They still have a backlog. So it really, and like, I'm kind of deaf, right? Like, I have hearing aids that I wear day to day, and it literally took 2 years to get that sorted, even though I was diagnosed when I was a child with having really bad hearing. I mean, that's partly my fault because I didn't do anything about it sooner, but even so, you know. It's great having the system there for free healthcare, but also, I don't know, like, I'm sure it's similar in Australia and Sweden and Canada now, where you have a lot of more right-wing politicians trying to push for like an American style of health, where you do have to pay for certain services, you know. And all of this money, it just fucking it lines the pockets of like lobbyists and the, you know, the politicians themselves. Like, there's always scandals going on in the UK about some of the PPE contracts that happened during COVID, where a lot of the people that got all of this money, and we're talking billions of pounds, they're friends of Tory politicians. And it's like, why, how did this happen? Why is nothing being done about it? But anyway, we could talk about this for hours, and what can you do, you know? Hey, why are you stopping? You know what? Let's make a run for the free pickaxe in the waterlogged tunnel. Probably gonna die on this next screen. This is where the game gets serious. Glad it's free, wish it worked. Sweden currently has centre party in government because they allied with the fucking Nazis. Really? I'm not really I try and keep my eye on most European politics, but I actually don't know anything about that. Also, I resent centrist parties, if I'm being honest. Pick a fucking side, make no concessions, and do what it is that your party was founded to do. Like, here in the UK, right, we have the Labour Party, which has traditionally been left. You know, it's literally called the Labour Party, so you can imagine. But it's just a fucking centre party now, and I don't know, like, I only vote for them now out of, like, you know, it's the lesser of two evils. I cannot wait until the Tories, I know we're getting heavily political right now, I cannot wait until the fucking Tories get out of government. There's no way they can win again. No way, dude. We've had like 12 years of Tory rule now, and everything is fucked. I hate them so much. Sorry to be a doomer, you don't think we can fix it. I tend to agree, Frank. I do think that, you know, it's that like cheesy old line that absolute power corrupts absolutely, and I don't know. It's a tricky thing for sure. There are some people who are genuinely better than others. you know, the Jeremy Corbyns of the world. But yeah, I do tend to agree that it's not really something that's fixable unless we somehow come up with a new form of government that I don't know how you would even begin to go about doing that, because humans, I think humans are inherently a little greedy, a little selfish, and that's always going to be an issue, right? Australian Labour is the same. You only vote for Greens when you're there. Yeah, in the local elections, I also vote. Shout out Ace. I also vote Green in local elections, but like the big general election, I have to go Labour because just need the Tories out of power. Controversial statement. Just fucking decentralize everything into a blockchain. Make great AI to control it. You know what, Frank? I often say things like this to my friends, or my mom was telling me the other day she's scared of AI, but I'm like, you know what? Humans, we don't deserve we don't deserve to have power over everything. I would be totally happy being some kind of like, I don't know, anarchist egalitarian society that's ruled over by AI and everybody just has like universal basic income and just does whatever the hell they want. Like, you can pursue like leisurely pursuits and creative things, and then again, I'm a goddamn lefty. I'm a socialist. Yeah. Either that or punish the bad leaders more severely. French Revolution. Yeah, unfortunately that will never happen nowadays. Like the few times it does happen, you know, maybe like a politician, you know, like, do you remember Silvio Berlusconi? The Italian PM? I think he went to jail, but it was for like a year. It doesn't really count. Doobie doobie doo, where are you? Remove. I think we're in the collapse of the American Empire. Oh, for sure. Yeah. America is like, it's the last days of America for sure. And I think that's partly just they had it too good for too long, and I don't know, like that country terrifies me. I would love to go to America, but at the same time I'm like, why can't I move? What was I saying? Yeah, America. Like, the country is rolling so far downhill with social policies, and same with the UK though, to be honest. I mean, the UK is no longer like a great empire like it once was, but some of the shit going on now, like the way that people are treating other people based on things like gender or even where they stand politically, it's so fucked up. And I know I just sat here and talked shit about the Tories, but at the same time, I don't, just because they're a Tory, I don't want them to like fucking die, you know? Making great AI is part that you think is impossible because it'll build. Yeah, it'll be built by humans, right? So unless you have a way to make AI build, somehow connect, and make their own AI, but how would you even figure out how to do that? You need AI to develop an AI. Yeah, exactly. I think we need to replace the capitalist system, because currently if you get rid of the CEOs and corrupt politicians, the next guy has the same system making him do the same shit. Any CEO that does the moral thing gets immediately fired and sued. Yeah, exactly. Like, I think it's no secret at this point that capitalism is kind of the bane of society, and is directly or indirectly responsible for a lot of the terrible shit that happens in the world. But at the same time, nobody's willing to even try an alternative because, hey, we need to make money, and this is how we make money. Right, we can't sell anything yet, so I'm gonna dump all of this shit in here. Wait, what am I doing? Yes. Definitely more towards the left, so you agree, but you're not so sure the system is a problem. I think it's humans controlling the system. But I think it's like a feedback loop where the people that benefit from the system, they want to keep that system in place. That often comes at the expense of everybody else, i.e. capitalism. And it doesn't, I think no matter which way you look at it, like, even when you think about like the clothes that we wear, right? Like fast fashion is incredibly popular, but those clothes are made by people that get paid literal pence to make the clothes, and yet it sells for like, has a markup of like thousands of %. And all of that money, it doesn't go to the people that, it doesn't go to the stores or the people that make the clothes or even sell the clothes. It goes to lining somebody's pockets at the very top. Like the whole concept of having like a CEO in and of itself, I find like offensive. Why does somebody who just sits on their fat ass all day in a boardroom making decisions for everyone else, why do they get paid like hundreds of thousands of pounds or even millions of pounds, whilst the people that do any actual work get paid like a fraction of that, and then the people below them get paid even, I don't know, it's just a flawed system. It's fucking stupid. History showed us that either left or right ends up with corruption. Yeah, you're not wrong, Frank. Like, as left-leaning as I am, I also, you know, I'm not a communist. I think the idea of communism is great, but I think realistically it's never really worked properly. Well, there's been a couple cases where it kind of has, but you still have to have that like vanguard class that is supposed to lead the way for everybody else, but it doesn't really work out very well generally. Ooh, a carbide hammer. Bonjour. You think you live in a world no longer made for humans. I think it's a world made for AI now, but the AI isn't made from computers. It's made by paper and laws and corporations. No people can touch them because if they stop doing shitty things, the machine just replaces them. That's a good point. Yeah, like the corporations now like are at the point where they basically have like carte blanche to do whatever they want, and they're almost like equivalent to the governments that they're supposedly, the laws that, you know, that they're supposed to follow. But then you have like governments bailing out corporations for their shitty, you know, misdoings, and there's literally no repercussions. But those same rules, they don't apply to individuals like you and me. You know, we'd be looking at like jail time for some of the shit that the corporations do. But they get away with it because they have money, and money is the ultimate, you know, you can do anything if you have money. Money is power. Capitalism seems undefeatable. So too did the divine right of kings. I like that. That's a hopeful quote. I mean, not so much here in the UK where we somehow still have a monarchy, but they definitely don't have the same power that they once did. There will always be a fight. There will always be a fight to be fought against evil people, and we will always make progress and then lose it when they find some new problem. We'll never win. We can't afford to give up. You know, I think you're right, Ace, but I feel like it's almost like an ebb and flow, right? Like you have these fights, you get pushed back, but hopefully you get pushed back to a point where you're still a little further ahead than where you started. I think that's generally how societies work, you know, like when you think about how far we've come, you know, like Western civilization in like even 100 years, let's say 200, right? We've gone from like just kind of executing people and doing lots of imperialistic stuff, and that stuff still happens, don't get me wrong, but it's better than it was. Somehow it's better than it was. Can I buy charge yet? I can buy charge. Give me the gas, give me the charge. Oh, hell yeah. Don't let me bleed to death. Cuba, yeah, Cuba's maybe was the main exception I was thinking of. But you know, like the big players, the Soviet Union, that didn't work out. China, definitely not. But yeah, Cuba. But then obviously Cuba's been vilified to fuck by the US, who are, surprise, surprise, the you know, they're the poster child of capitalism. You think if there wasn't a risk of communism working, the US wouldn't feel the need to destroy it every time it starts? Yeah, they really... That, I mean, I don't really know what their policy is now on, like, you know, like McCarthyism and things like that, but they were like, they took no prisoners when it came to communism in like the 50s and 60s. I find that stuff super interesting, but also super depressing. Makes me very angry. Castro wasn't immune to corruption. No, he wasn't. But I still feel for the most part like he genuinely loved his country, and this is what we're talking about, right? You can say that about any politician, and it's always going to be relevant. A good reminder that we don't need to all be yes or all no, and instead in a fight we need to pull towards the right side. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, it's the tide. It comes and goes, but more people are connected to each other. Previously because of increased population density, now from the internet. Yeah, exactly. Like, for me, when I think about... You know, it's kind of heartwarming to see mechanical snapjaw. You know, just through the internet, how easy it is to connect with like-minded people, and realize that, you know, there are people who do feel the same way that you do, and I don't know, that's really nice to hear, because I feel like before the internet, it would have been hard to find like allies, you know, especially if you were like left-leaning, because I think society generally as a whole tends to overall it tends to be way more on the right, you know, like we're talking about like traditional values and all of that kind of dog shit, in my opinion. And I just, even as a kid, I always never really was on board with that kind of thing. I was thought, there's something fishy going on here. Any system of hard and fast rule, black or white, all yes and all no, those systems are the ones that are easiest to corrupt, especially by fascists. The work is in always existing in the human space of greys and multiple things. Yeah, you know what, Ace? That's like that's something that actually took me a little while to understand, like as an adult, because as a kid I was like very black and white, just in general about stuff. But as I've gotten older, I realized, you know, life is not black and white. Even though that, in some weird way, is easier to digest if everything was black and white. But everything is shades of grey, right? And I feel like you have to live in that grey, and you have to carve out a space that's like comfortable, and where you can actually you can try and see what other people see. I don't know. I don't really know how to word it. It's quite a nebulous kind of concept, but living in the grey is definitely difficult sometimes. But that's what life is. Nothing is truly good or truly evil. It's just somewhere in between. What do I want to take here? I guess we could take we don't have enough for it yet. I want to take meditate as soon as we can. Used to say that about freedom of speech. Right now censorship is more popular. It's a wave slowly going towards freedom. Yeah, exactly. I still feel like we are kind of moving, excuse me, in the right direction, even if it doesn't always feel like it. But you know, when you look at like all of the TERFs and all of the people that are, you know, all the fascism and stuff going on right now, like it's fucked up that that's become like acceptable to become. But also I feel like more so than ever people are like, these people are fucked up, you know. You look at all of like the backlash that and the boycotting that's gone on for like J.K. Rowling and the Harry Potter stuff because she's like a TERF and things like that. And I think that's good. I think there should be consequences to shitty actions, you know. Because I think there was definitely a time where there wasn't necessarily a consequence for shitty actions, especially if you had money. People like J.K. Rowling, they could pretty much get away with whatever the fuck they wanted. And not have to worry about things they do or things they say or the people that they ally with. So we are moving forward slowly. Just a shame that it's like glacial speed, you know? Inspiring conversations today. Yeah, I'm enjoying these conversations. As I used to make a point of like in streaming, like I don't want to talk about politics, but mostly because I was like worried that people would get, I don't know. Maybe my viewers would have been Nazis and they would have been offended by my how liberal I am, but I'm blind. Why am I blind? Oh, my torch is probably burnt out. There we go. You get frustrated because it feels like the people who complain the most about being cancelled and silenced and censored are all doing the complaining on TV. Yeah, that's true. Like it's like the people who say, oh, you know, they call people like liberal snowflakes and things, but they're the ones who are actually getting upset. It's irony at like the highest level. I don't even have to use my corrosive gas at the moment. The horns are carrying us. The thing is, she's been pretty loud about the backlash not making any difference because she's got so much money. Yeah, true, but I do think, you know, she shat the bed because she went from being like an institution, right? Like it's like probably the best-selling book of all time. She's a billionaire. But now her I don't know, her legacy has been tarnished by her being basically an absolute piece of shit. And that's the kind of thing that you can't really do anything about. So she could have just kept her mouth shut and continued to live like a god, basically, with all of the money she had, but she had to be an absolute bag of cocks, you know? Do you really want Nazis in the audience? No, definitely not. But I never, like, you know, I haven't been doing Twitch for very long, but I always had it in the back of my mind, like, oh my god, what if like a group of lunatics comes into my channel. Because I've seen that in some other streamers that I watch, you know. But luckily, I feel like I've attracted a fairly like-minded group of people, which is really good. Where's this null? Great minds think alike. We all seem to be honest. Yeah, I'm so glad about that, Frank. Because that's a deal breaker, if not. Snowflake was originally coined to refer to dude bros and fragile masculinity because they're usually white. Ah, really? That does make sense. I never thought about it like that. Ironically, those white dude bros are that make up the majority of the people who are calling everybody else snowflakes now. So that's kind of funny. The HBO Potter series is totally her trying to get one back on the actors get one back at the actors from the movies rejecting her turfism, so she's getting new kids who will fall in line. Yeah, she can do that. She can try, but I think we all know that this new series is not going to be the resounding success that Harry Potter was, you know. All right, we've made it. And also, to be honest, shame on HBO for giving that okay. You know, I think it's you wouldn't hire like if there was a creator of a much beloved series who was like a massive homophobe, let's say, right? You wouldn't do business with them, right? But for some reason, you have TERFs who I think you can. It's the equivalent, right? It's like the modern day. I mean, obviously, homophobia still is a massive issue. But suddenly, like in the UK, you see so many people now, like so many public figures and things, like just coming out and saying horrible shit about trans people and all of this like fear mongering. And for some reason, they're getting away with it, and it doesn't make sense to me. Why is that accepted? It's fucked up. Snowflake is from Fight Club. I don't remember that part. Really? I'm due for a rewatch and I do have the. Do I have the book still? I may have given the book away. You know, my favorite part in Fight Club is when Jared Leto gets his face absolutely smashed in. That makes me that makes me pretty happy. I hate that guy, dude. Man, look at all the loot. This is just... Alright, we're almost there. Level 9, bing bong. More and more people are really finding themselves further and further left these days as we all get equally fucked. Yeah, exactly. I think because of a lot of the... There's like a cost of living crisis, you know, in most places now. In the UK, I think, is maybe the worst in Europe. And I think it's actually bringing people together that normally would not necessarily have anything to do with each other. So that's nice. I think we're all just kind of sick of shit being the same and not really getting any help from anywhere. Okay, what do we want to buy now? I want to take... Well, we did say we want trash dividing. What do we need? We need 21 intelligence. Okay, that's not going to be happening for a while. Give me some pistol. And then we'll save the rest. HBO totally okayed it because of the success of the Hogwarts game. Yeah, that was I haven't really heard about that game in like a month or so, but that was huge when that came out. which is unfortunate. I think that was like one of the fastest selling games for a while, right? You can't stand people that want to tell other people how to live their life when that other person's decisions don't affect you. Yeah, exactly. Like, just mind your business and stop believing all of the weird shit that you hear on TV, you know? Stop watching TV, for fuck's sake. Got a miner's hat, which is nice. Oh no, we can't wear it because we've got horns. Damn, okay. Right, we got the sphere of negative weight. That's beautiful. We have this piece of junk here. 5 portions of canned have it all. And some pickaxe. Beautiful. I can't believe we actually survived this journey. Remember that turfism really became a thing in the UK and then the US because of the right-wing powermongers in the US poured heaps of money into starting a new culture war in the UK after gay marriage was legalized in the US. They need to have someone to act as a boogeyman for their electorate to hate. Yeah, that's definitely what happened. Like there always has to be something in the paper to be offended about. Like, I have, you know, my family, like, the papers that they choose to read, it makes me so sad. It's, you know, The Sun, like, Rupert Murdoch, another grade A cunt that seems to get away with anything. It's a genocide against trans people, and people who started it don't even really care about us, making people hate and kill us in a convenient way for them to keep in power and keep the money coming. Yeah, exactly, that's all it is. Basically, what that equates to is you have people who just say, oh, you know, it's like now with all of the stuff with, like, oh no, what if my child sees a man in a dress? Isn't that the worst thing ever? And I'm like, well, why do you think that way? Why do you think that? It's a child, for fuck's sake. Doesn't care. Just like you shouldn't care. I don't know, and I think definitely they use the children. You know, oh, somebody think of the children as a. It's like a trigger word for right-wing people. You know. Have they never seen a pantomime? Exactly. Not only that, but like, it wasn't until that long ago where it was like, it was acceptable for like a young boy to like wear a dress and or to wear pink. You know, these are all modern inventions. Like, pink used to be a masculine color, right? Like, that was the boyish color. I mean, even that concept's a bit fucked, but... And blue was, like, seen as a more feminine color. And then at some point that kind of flipped. But even that is, like, just, I think, a capitalist invention, saying, oh, you know, boys need to wear this color or girls need to wear this color. Like, who gives a shit? Just a color. This is why if I have kids, they're gonna wear black 24/7. They're gonna wear like Dark Throne t-shirts, and they're gonna have corpse paint. And we're gonna get, there you go. What do you think of that? You don't have to date them if you don't want to. Nobody's forcing you. Why do they feel so threatened? I legit going. Yeah, me either. It doesn't make any sense. Like, I think they feel threatened ultimately because they've lived their whole life in fear. I would almost pity them if they weren't such bastards. You know, I think they're just terrified of difference and anyone being different to them. It doesn't sit well up here with them that people can be different than them but still be good people. Because you don't really judge anybody anymore by their, you know, by their character. It's all what side of the fence are they on with this issue or this issue, instead of, oh my god, they woke up the slumbering, run. We're done here anyway, so let's get the hell out of here and do some good old-fashioned cutting. They're not thinking straight anymore, it's just emotional control with trigger words to control them. It's literal brain... It is, it's brain... Pure and simple, that's what it is, it's brainwashing. And that's why I think it's more important than ever that, like, people who get elected into places of power... What's that woman in America called? Marjorie Taylor Greene? The absolute fucking lunatic. And, like, Tucker Carlson and people like this, like... These people should be held to account. Sad reality is they're probably never going to be held to account, but, like, they are directly responsible for people getting fucking killed, for people getting murdered, or people getting, you know, beaten up and things like that, and but it doesn't matter because they're a fucking politician or a news anchor. It's bullshit. Okay, what are we doing here? Dropping off all of our junk in our chest. I kind of feel like we should maybe make a play for the stilt, see what stilt we're dealing with. And then we can come back here and start moving stuff over and making some cash money. That's good enough. What level are we? Level 9. Yeah, that's fine. The worst is sometimes it's someone you love that has a bad take. Yeah, I mean I have some family that have some very bad takes, you know, but then it's your job to try and educate them and do what you can. The problem is older people tend to be very stubborn and not open to change. Oh my god, there's a historical site right here. That's lucky. Where's the other one? All the way up here. Okay. Love a goth baby. Oh, me too. There needs to be more goth babies. You've had bad surprises with people you thought were reasonable. I had a I was dating someone once, and we were going out for a few months, and I figured out, we found a lair, I figured out they were a fucking, I don't know if I can say this word on YouTube, but on Twitch, sorry. They were a denier of certain things that happened in Europe in the 1940s. I think you know what I'm getting at. They didn't think it happened, or they didn't think it was as bad as it was made out to be. And yeah, that was the deal breaker then and there. I was like, I can't be with this person, because it's fucked up, and it's offensive, and it's, you know, you've lost one really good friend because her anti-vaxxer friends made her stop talking to you. Yeah, it's really sad. But at the same time, you got to see the positive and just look, if this person doesn't want to be my friend because other people have told her not to speak with you, like, you're it's heartbreaking, but you're better off without those people. Like, it's hard initially. It's like, it's terrible. It's like one of the worst things, like not being able to call someone a friend. Right, we're leaving. I'm lost. Oh. Hey, Zircon, welcome back. That is fear, that's for sure. It can be felt. A good tool you have against those people is asking, okay, what's the worst case scenario? Yeah, that's the thing, they don't know. When you actually ask them about stuff and they're like, you could even say something simple like, why do you think this is the case? And they literally, I think 9 times out of 10 their answer is, oh, I heard about it on the news, I read about it in the paper. But then you should say, well, okay, but did you ever think for yourself? Did you ever think personally why this thing may or may not be true, or why you feel this way about a certain thing? And I think it's just being weak-willed, really, isn't it? It's not really being able to form your own opinions. How you doing, Zircon? Your sister is trans, and we have all the same conversations as before and have fun. Changed pretty much nothing. Yeah, exactly. My best friend is also was also trans, but it literally makes I'm proud of them, you know, because it's not easy to truly be yourself. And I think we should commend that for sure, because there are going to be people who look down on you, and instead of being proud of them for embracing who they are, it's just like, this person's different, therefore they suck. They tend to inflame the trans panic thing into something problematic for the entire nation. Yeah, exactly, and it's really not a problem. It's the opposite of a problem. It's gonna solve problems, because it's gonna mean that people can go about their lives without having to hide and feel like they don't matter, you know? These are the people that use the term sheeple, ironically. Yeah, I know. I was just talking about that. We were saying about how, like, these are the people that tend to call people on the left snowflakes, but they're actually the ones who are getting, like, offended and upset about stuff. But are you friendly? You should be. You are friendly. Okay, amazing. Alright, what is this? A legendary shoemaker. Ooh. What are you selling, my dude? You're selling nothing. Nothing that I want. But cool. Have some water. Okay, that's a bug. Do you see that? That's showing up on screen? Let me see if that's still there. This looks like that cursed writing that you sometimes see. They think that you're the brainwashed one, but the irony is that they've been fed literal propaganda and swallowed it without critical thinking bone in. Yeah, exactly. Couldn't agree more. Like, that's really what it comes down to, is lack of critical thinking and just not having the... Well, that's nice. Not having the wherewithal to actually think about the things that they're being told. Just accepting everything as fact. We could get out of the way, Trash Monk. I'm trying to get through. What are you doing? You're killing the legendary? I don't think so, buddy. I don't think so, buddy. You've never seen that before? No, that's the first time I've seen that bug. It may just be a specific to this character. Your CUD guy's still alive. You played a few hours yesterday. Level 15, hell yeah. Have you done Golgotha yet? Or you're about to do Golgotha? I'm definitely gonna go to Golgotha with more than 6 AV this time around. Because the run we had yesterday was kind of good, but I just kind of wanted to get it done, you know? Anything in these chests? Alright, cool. We're done here then. You'll laugh, you didn't even do Grit Gate. Oh, that's fine. Honestly, you're playing the game the way that I like to play it if I'm not streaming it. Like, really take my time. But when you stream it, there is a little bit of pressure, it feels like, to get shit done, you know? Alright, let's murder all of these hyenas. Snapjaws, they're kind of like hyenas, right? Yeah, hyena tribe skin. Alright. You ever think about how weird hyenas are IRL? They're more closely related to cats, but they look more like dogs. The females have like a pseudo penis, which is like a giant clitoris, and they have to give birth through it, and they often die in childbirth. And I'm like, who invented this? I want a refund. Alright, we are lost. Yes, we are lost. Okay, I'm praying for a good stilt today. Give me a dromad and give me a bookbinder. Otherwise, I'm going to be very sad. Start taking crap to sew when we get there. Alright, still lost. You love hyenas. You have one tattooed on your leg. Oh, really? That's cool. They're really cool animals. They're just very strange. I've seen some really they're actually kind of cute. Like, I've seen some cool videos. There's this guy in, I think, South Africa that has like a hyena sanctuary. And obviously they're used to him, but they're like weirdly surprisingly just chill and kind of friendly, and they don't mind being stroked and stuff like that. Which is why I say that they seem more like dogs. Okay, are we no longer lost? Okay. They're very misunderstood. They're considered the villains mostly. Yeah, I know. I blame the Lion King for a lot of that. They're really cool. I think any kind of animal any kind of social animal that has like a hierarchy and like hunts in packs they're really smart, like, and I respect that. Oh, I know what we need to buy with our points. We need to get, sure, give me some corrosive gas. We need to get, because we're amphibious, we have to get the, where is it? Self-discipline. Get meditate. And we'll get fasting away. Wait, here's a question. Maybe nobody knows. I actually don't know. Does fasting away affect being amphibious and having to douse yourself in water every now and then? I'm actually not sure. I'm going to take it regardless because it's a good skill to have when we start cooking. And meditate is just a great skill. I feel like it's a very underrated skill. Saved me many times. And then we're going to work towards getting trash divining. We're going to need to increase our intelligence. But trash divining is going to be essential. Sorry, I'm very nasally today. I've got quite bad hay fever at the moment. Sell this at the stilt. I'll tell you what, horns are really fun. Oops. Hey, we got a historical site location. Fun fact, lions will kill hyenas for no reason. Hyenas only kill lions if they have no choice. Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen like lions are dicks. Also, lions are like they're called like the king of the jungle. Lions are not the king of the jungle, dude. They don't even live in the jungle. They live in like the fucking savannah and the plains. Everyone knows that elephants are the real MVPs. Statistically, lions tend to steal hyena prey more often than the opposite. Yeah, I guess they use overwhelming force, right? They're much bigger than hyenas are. Even though hyenas, I think, have the strongest bite force of all of the. Hyena's not a big cat, though, is it? It's cat adjacent. Let's say big cat adjacent. I don't think you have to douse yourself in water with it, or if you did, you never notice. Okay. You thought hippos were the... Yeah, I mean, hippos are probably the most terrifying animal in Africa, you know, in terms of mammals. But an elephant would still absolutely destroy a hippo. No question. But yeah, I would. The terrifying thing about hippos is that they can swim and run much faster than you can. They don't really swim, do they? They kind of run along the bottom of the river or the lake that they're in, which is kind of funny. They also have slightly toxic saliva, I think. They don't brush their teeth enough. Kind of like some people IRL. My god, what happened here, dude? It's absolute bloodbath. Jewel encrusted club. If real life was a quest game, what would be the last boss? Old age. I guess a jacked human with right armor. Well, okay, does it can't be a concept, it has to be like an actual... I don't know, that's a good question. I mean, yeah, a guy sitting in a tank, that would probably be a slightly unfair battle. Ooh, a little dromad action? I mean, if you can have like concepts and illnesses, then the last boss would be old age or like cancer or something. You know, if you live long enough, eventually you will get cancer because your cells are gonna start getting fucked up. But maybe if we're talking about animals though, the last boss would be like, I don't know, like a tiger, which is kind of underwhelming, you know. I'm just thinking, like, if I were just wandering in the wilderness and there's like a possibility that any animal could show up, I think a tiger would be, for me, a tiger or a bear would be the most terrifying option. Because you're gonna get fucked up pretty quickly by both of those things, and you can't really do anything about it. You just have to kind of sit there and take it. Okay, let's say not sicknesses and no weapons, just creatures. Wouldn't a hippo be harder than a tiger? I don't think it would. I think a tiger is going to be a lot more inquisitive and curious and probably more likely to attack than a hippo. I think maybe hippos out of water are a little bit skittish, maybe. Maybe. I'm making shit up now. I don't know. I personally would rather have to deal with a hippo than a tiger. Like, we've all seen that video, right, of that guy in India on the back of an elephant riding like through some tall grass, and a fucking tiger, it just appears out of nowhere, and it literally leaps up high enough that it can get the guy on the elephant. And this, I mean, yeah, it's an Asian elephant, it's not quite as big as an African elephant, but those guys are still like maybe 8-9 feet off the floor, you know, like 3 meters or so. That's a terrifying animal, dude. Also, you know, cats, I love cats, but cats are kind of dicks, you know, they'll kill you just for the sake of killing you. So that, or if we're really going to get really like into it, I think coming across like a pack of like you know, African painted dogs. Those guys are like, I think, probably the most successful hunters, because they work together. And they're like super smart and things. That would also be terrifying to go against if they wanted to mess you up. Also, being killed by a tiger, right? They're gonna clamp down on your throat. That's how they kill, right? Which sucks. Don't get me wrong, but dogs will eat you alive, starting with your anus. So I don't know, dude. Classic video, it is indeed. You should have specified. You already have the aggro. It's the boss room, and it spawns in. Yeah, you hear real life boss music just out of nowhere, and you're like, oh shit. I guess a swarm of, I never know how to pronounce that fly. CC flies? Yeah, those things are fucked up. A swarm of any kind of bug would be horrible. We found another historical site. Getting really lucky with this. Yeah, it's spelt the same in English. I remember being really young. I was really into like I don't know, just animals and bugs when I was younger. Animals and including dinosaurs. And I used to get this magazine. It was just called Bug Magazine. And they had that fly on the cover of one of them. I think, like, to be honest, any kind of fly, because you can kill a few flies, but when there's a swarm of them, what are you gonna do? You know, like, imagine being swarmed by like wasps or hornets. It would be actually nightmarish. We're gonna make a magazine about bugs. Oh yeah, how are we gonna call it, sir? Bugs. That's literally the thought process. It was called Bugs Magazine. I guess they're going for simplicity, you know? I really want to buy Diablo 4. I keep thinking about it. God damn it. Problem is, I have so many games that I haven't played yet. You know, I can't just be buying games, especially when they're so expensive. Can I equip this? What's worse is they probably had a big brainstorm session and meetings. Oh, for sure they did. But I guess, you know, it was aimed at kids, so I think they wanted to keep it simple. E4 is too expensive for you, not because you can't, but because you don't want to support games at that price. Yeah, so that's kind of my my thinking at the moment is, first of all, I don't really like Blizzard as a company. I don't respect them. And the game is £60, the base game, with not the deluxe edition or whatever bullshit they're peddling. It's £60, which is way more expensive than games are, or games should be, you know? And but at the same time, I'm like, I think I'm falling into the FOMO, like the fear of missing out thing, where I'm like, if I get Diablo 4 now, I can have beaten it before next month, before season 1 starts. And I know that's like my for someone who's just sat here for like the last hour or hour and a half and talk shit about capitalism, like that's the kind of capitalist part of my brain that's like, oh my god, you have to do this thing now. I probably will get it, but I don't know if I can wait until it goes on sale, because I don't know how often Blizzard does that. Hey Frost, how you doing, dude? Good to see you. How did the stream go yesterday? Was good seeing you, good being there? Did you beat any more bosses? I know I said I'd come back, but I went and made dinner, and then I came back and my computer had gone into sleep mode. Like, oh, okay, great. For me, your threshold is 50 Canadian. Over that, you're not buying, unless it's very rare exceptions. So what we were talking about, Frost, you've actually come at a... The stream started off really intense today. We were talking about social issues, politics, capitalism. I love those conversations. I don't know how well they go down, like when it comes to uploading the videos to YouTube, but yeah, it was a great start to the stream. Seems to always happen on Wednesdays, I've noticed. Political Wednesdays. And now we're just talking about if we had to if we had to fight an animal, what animal would we not want to fight in the wild? You know, we're talking about that kind of thing now. Stream went well apart from technical issues. Couldn't beat the brain, but hopefully next time you have mini shark. Yeah, you do have a mini... I did notice yesterday using the mini shark. I can still... It's implanted in my brain forever, the noise that the mini shark makes when you fire it. Yeah, Diablo 4 seems highly hyped, and they're riding that for the cost for a while. Yeah, they really are. New theme for Wednesdays, yeah. How to get banned on Twitch. No, I wouldn't get banned. I feel like my channel is nowhere near big enough for that kind of stuff. Hated by newly sentient beings. Okay, you must perish. You're waiting. I think I'm gonna get it. I think I'm just gonna get it. I very rarely will treat myself to a new game, so I think I'm gonna get it, and it just looks so good. Like, it's been so long since I played like a nice like RPG, like a point and click kind of and unlike Path of Exile, it doesn't seem that you don't have to basically start again or re-roll your whole character because you haven't followed a guide, you know, to get like the best stats. I don't necessarily want to do it for that. I just want to play it just to have fun. And if I'm being honest, I kind of miss games where you have to do a little bit of grinding to get some gear that you're looking for. I think watching Frost yesterday, by the way, let me give you a quick shout out, Frost. I think watching Frost play Terraria yesterday, one of my favorite things about Terraria is there's a little bit of grinding, you know? And I enjoy that to an extent. It harkens back to... By the way, I suggest that you all go check out Frost. He's a great dude. He's playing some Terraria at the moment. You're playing Little Nightmares, I believe, tomorrow. Okay, so you're saying a hippo, Frost. That is exactly what Frank was saying. Hippo's up there in terms of animals that will mess you up real quick. Yeah, really good vibes in there for sure. I'm really happy, like, just on a base, like, for me streaming, you know, I think you and I, Frost, we haven't been doing this very long, but we found each other through Ben, through Pure Ben, and there's a few other people in this little group that we've all kind of like followed each other back, and we give each other shout outs, and it's a little kind of community of people, and that makes me really happy, because that's kind of what I'm looking for when I'm streaming. You know, I'm not like treating it super serious at the moment, but like knowing that there are people out there that we can kind of support each other and shout each other out and stuff, like that's really nice. And speaking of shout outs, I'm so bad at this. I'm a terrible streamer. I completely forgot earlier to shout out Ace. I don't think she's still here, but also like okay, I have to wait 40 seconds. Please go check her out. She's super cool. She's doing some game dev stuff. I don't know what her schedule is, but again, it's a really cool vibe in there, and I recommend checking out Ace for sure. The community is really welcoming and super supportive. Yeah, it's really nice, right? It's like warms the cockles of my heart, you know? Is that the saying? I think it's something like that. Cockles? That makes me think of seafood. You ever tried a cockle, Frost? Or a whelk? I think these are both very British foods. There we go. There's Ace. Please go support her. She's great. Can you spell it? Because you hear cockhold. Okay, no, cockles like this. And there's also whelks. It's basically, I think they're, what are they? Are they snails or like slugs or something? They're like sea snails, and they're very popular. Nobody under the age of like 50 eats these things, but they're very popular in seaside towns in the UK, amongst older people. Something explosive is happening behind me there. They've got pyrokinesis, it looks like. Who are you? You are Growlbow, legendary Snapjaw Fire Snarler. Weren't you disgusted when you said, yeah, I am. I don't eat cockles. I do not eat cockles. I would never even try a cockle. I'm not disgusted that you eat snails. I'm disgusted because you're French. French Canadian. No, I would try snail. If it was like cooked really nice with like some garlic and some like, you know, some nice butter, I would try a snail for sure. The thing is, I wouldn't eat a cockle because you're eating them raw. They come in like a jar of like brine. They're like pickled. And they just look disgusting. It looks like somebody's like coughed into a jar or something. Werther's Original Old People Candy. Yeah, Zircom, you're not wrong, but I'm always gonna go to bat. I love Werther's Original. Their taste. I'm a fan of hard candy. Or sweets, as I would say. Snails are at least cooked in garlic and covered in cheese. Yeah, see, Frank, here they aren't. They're literally, the whelk it's just a raw snail, not cooked. It just comes in like brine, like salty water, and you just eat it, and it turns my stomach thinking about it. The only problem you have with snails is when you start asking too many questions. Do they remove the eyes? It's a fair point, you know, but how big is a snail's eyes? Like, I think you can probably eat the eyes without realizing. They don't. Yeah, it would be too fiddly trying to remove the eyes from a snail before you. I kind of feel that this way about Gothic loves Werther's too. Oh, of course she does. Are you not a fan of Werther's, Frost? Or are you just kind of I'll eat them? I think I feel the same way about a lot of seafood, like prawns and things. Like I don't know. There's just something about the way they look that I don't like eating them, and I think about like, you know, if you eat like proper prawns, like big ones, you're supposed to like remove the, I don't know, you pull like the tail and like all of its innards get ripped out and stuff, and I'm just like, dude, I can't be doing that. I need to be eating like, processed food. You love Werthers as well. I'm glad that Werthers has kind of taken off around the globe because they're great. I love Werthers original. You can get chewy ones now as well that are really good. And you can get mint infused Werthers, which are really, really, really good. Werthers have been here since you were a kid. Your grandmother, yeah, that's how people get hooked on Werthers. Your grandparent introduces you to them, and then suddenly you're eating them for the rest of your life. And when you're a grandfather, you're going to give them to your grandkid, and the cycle continues. Oh, this guy will have a shotgun. All right, we're lost. I just need to get to the stilt. God damn it. I've got a song by Dillinger Escape Plan stuck in my head. Does anyone know that band? Okay, there we go. I've also got the Scooby-Doo theme tune stuck in my head. Alright, we're here. Give me... Okay, I'm gonna need to absorb all of the luck in chat right now to get a nice stilt here with some good spawns. Just get a little free XP here from this loser. And let's immediately go hand some books in and probably level up at least once from the XP we get. Ooh, okay, she spawned as a Svardim this time. The Svardim Eld. Coolio, coolio. Good books, have all of my books. 4,000 XP. Yeah, that's one level up. Nice. A golden frog, you mean? Crossing fingers for golden... Oh my god. Zircom, if I found a legendary frog here, I don't know, I'm shaving my head on stream. Like that's how excited I would be. I would be fully pogged. Give me horns level 5. Give me the pog. Alright, who do we have here? We've got hated by the Farmers Guild. They're not even implemented, so I don't care. Alright, let's go see what shops we have here. Let me get rid of this stupid practice. What about you? Hated by baboons and glow whites. Man, this guy's really hated by the glow whites. Luckily, I also hate the glow whites, so you can learn shield. I may do that. Alright, we're gonna head right to start because we're gonna get the ooh, there's a mercurial here. These guys are annoying. Okay, we're gonna check out the Ichor merchant. Where is the... Okay, they're right in the corner here. This is a tiny Ichor merchant tent. I feel bad for this guy. Alright, you got any other good stuff? No, it's fine. You have some lore that I can steal. I really hope there's a bookbinder here. Bookbinder's going to be like make or break. Okay, we got shoe salesman. What is this? Okay, so many kippers. Okay, why do I hear a powering up noise? Alright, we've got a second iCore merchant. Which is kind of nice, actually. We can do something with this. Also, this is the first gigantic glass bottle I've seen. It weighs 26 pounds. Holy cow. How much does it hold? It holds twice as much liquid. Okay. But actually worse overall. It would hold like 128 grams of something. Sorry, dropped out for a couple. They're helping Gothic set up a stream. Yeah, what is Gothic playing again? I'll definitely pop by after I'm done streaming today. Frost. Bookbinder. Bing bong. Mr. Bookbinder. Unshelled reptiles. Cool. Borderlands. Oh man, which one? I haven't played Borderlands since like the second one. Those were some great games. Are you doing co-op or anything, or first one? Oh, it's Game of the Year edition. Yeah, Borderlands 1, but Borderlands 1 is definitely the best. Alright, cool. I'm excited to see some Borderlands. I shall be there for sure. We got 2 bookbinders. Holy pog. This is a good still. And another iCore merchant. What? I've never had 3 iCore merchants in a single stilt before. I've had 2 occasionally, but 3? Hot diggity damn. No, it's just her at the moment. Possible should do co-op on the second one with Sharface. Ah, that would be a cool stream. That'd be a really cool stream. Is Sharface streaming or is she playing on Ben's channel or something? I just love Claptrap. He's cool. He's annoying as fuck, but he's kind of lovable. Kind of like he's like a Scooby-Doo character, you know. Look at this loser. Looks like we have the same stilt, 2 binders and only chefs. Okay, you're more lucky with the iCore boys. Yeah, I'm super lucky to have 3 of them. This is gonna mean that we can potentially get an obscene amount of cloning draft. Assuming we get money there. Oh wait, that's what I wanted to get. I wanted to get friggin... Here we go. We need to get Snake... We need 250 points to get Snake Oiler. You don't think so? Just playing on Gothic stream. Ah, okay, that's cool. Another bookbinder! Sorry, that was really loud. Sorry, that was loud. Okay, so we have 3 bookbinders and 3 iCore merchants. I'm a lucky boy. Wake up. Give me the juice. Bum 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 bum. He's got a Corpus Chalice as well. Cool. 3 bookbinders and 3 iCore merchants. We are truly drowning in the gravy right now. The good time gravy. It's got a little bit of beef. It's got a little bit of vegetable. Also, we have a Slinth. All we need now is a high-level Dromad merchant, and this will probably be the best This will be the best stilt that we've ever had. We have 3 iCore merchants, 3 bookbinders. I mean, the rest is all hot garb. We don't have a tinkerer or anything. Gravy. What's your favourite gravy? The liquid of gods. Truly. You might be in and out of the stream because there's a few... Yeah, no worries, Frost. I get it, man. I totally get it. Thank you for being here when you are, though. I appreciate it. You're boring. Classic brown... Yeah, brown gravy, aka... What is that? Is that like... beef? No, it's not beef gravy. It's like onion gravy, right? Onion gravy's the best. It's a classic. It's a classic for a reason, you know? Alright, no dromad. No dromad at the stilt, but a good stilt nonetheless. So let's drop a little chest right here. Where is my chest? Where is miscellaneous? Here it is. Okay. There we go. We got a little drop-off point. Annoyingly, there's nothing I really want to buy here just yet. I'm going to drop all of this stuff here so that we can sell it later on. Make the big bucks. A little tip, pick up all the short bows you come across. They don't weigh that much. They weigh 5 pounds and they sell okay. But daggers are the real way to go. Daggers, steel daggers and above, they sell really nice and they only weigh 1 pound. Do you think the brown is usually beef or onion? Yeah, I think it's onion gravy, right, generally. But you can get beef gravy if you're a little bit bougie about it. Another good gravy is 3 peppers. I've never tried pepper. Do you mean pepper as in like pepper, like black pepper, or do you mean peppers as in the vegetable? Because I've never tried that. Regardless, that sounds good though. Let's eat and then maybe we can. Did we take pistols? We did, okay. You know what would be nice is if we head to, oh, we're only level 11, here's the problem. We need to find a nice trader, a nice kind of mid-level trader. I think we're gonna go, we have 2 historical sites really close by Joppa. So let's go artifact hunting and see if we can get any nice loot from that. Oh no, we've got to be careful of the Dawn Gliders, they will mess us up. Isakari. Great way of getting a bunch of loot. Also, that's a friendly... Ah, you're a Mechanimist convert, okay. Interesting. Pepper the spice, not the veg. Okay, yeah, pepper gravy. I think I may have had. You have it with like sometimes we call it like peppercorn sauce or something. You kind of get it with like steaks and things like that. Three peppers, barbecue, and the white one. Barbecue? Would you mean like barbecue gravy? That sounds absolutely cursed. I'm not a fan of the of barbecue sauce, if I'm being honest. Actually, kind of a nice dagger for a low-level character there. I'm not even using my corrosive gas because our horns are just absolutely melting. We have a cloak. Yeah, we have a worn burnous. Okay. Yeah, that's probably it. Barbecue gravy, it's so popular, I'm surprised it's not worldwide. Doesn't taste like regular barbecue sauce, it has its own taste. I would try it. I'm open to trying it, but yeah, I'm also quite bad at like describing tastes. For me, I'm all about like honey mustard. Honey mustard is my shit. Oh, a Dromad. Okay, please be a good Dromad. Nope, this is a rubbish Dromad. As soon as I don't see Crystal, I know. Yeah, this is a garbage Dromad. That's okay, we might be able to buy some trade goods. Let me ID these artifacts real quick. Hopefully without breaking them. Compass bracelet, actually we're going to equip that. Alright, give me this, give me this. Honey mustard is yummy. Any mustard, yeah, any mustard is a win. Lemon pepper and honey mustard are both good, yeah, for sure. Like, anything that's got that kind of tangy, horseradishy, mustardy thing. The French do make great mustard, I will give them that. Like, Dijon is amazing. There's this really good French whole grain mustard that I like. It's quite mild. It's not like English mustard is like really in your face. Like, it's good if you have a little bit, but the Dijon gravy, I'm putting so much of that all over my food, dude. It's amazing. Take my cider. Take my crayons. Take my bracelet. Take my garbage. There you go. We can afford it. Amazing. Alright, let's head back to Joppa. We should probably do the Roswell's quest just so we can get the recoiler. But let's do that. Let's get our order of operations sorted here. We're gonna do Roswell's, we're gonna get the recoiler, we're gonna do 2 historic sites back to back. And hopefully get some nice armor. We're kind of lacking in the armor department right now. English mustard is good because it's strong. Yeah, I agree. I do love English mustard. Even when it's like too strong, I still enjoy it. I kind of like this, and I don't really like spiciness that much, but mustard is like a different kind of heat. Like spiciness, it's more of a kind of like a less of a mouth sensation and more of like a nose brain sensation. And it's kind of fun. I like that. Whenever I make like hot dogs, I put English mustard on it, and I always put too much, and it ends up like burning the roof of my skull. I power through, you know, my eyes are watering, my nose is watering, but it's still delicious. All this slime. Alright, I'm just here for some copper wire, and then I want to get the hell out of here. And hopefully not get any rusted gear from these kudzu. It's part of the experience. Oh, for sure. Sometimes I see like older British men like just put an obscene amount of English mustard on their food. And I know deep down it must... Okay, there's our chrome revolver rusted. I know it must bother them, but they look completely normal. I'm like, wow, this is a cool guy. He's drinking like an entire pint of mustard. This is my least favorite location in the game. The Roswells absolutely suck. Just depressing being down here. You know? Oh, that's lucky we found the stairs. I've got Mean Mr. Mustard stuck in my head now. You know what? Let's pop some corrosive gas since we're down here. Let's do some damage. All right, we're already a quarter of the way of getting all of our wire quota here done, so I think I'm just gonna jump down to the second level here. I may even fight the slumberling. There's normally a slumberling at the bottom of this place. I'm feeling confident. Although my armor value is only 6, but still I'm still feeling confident. What did... Oh no, he rusted Ace's ace. My pistol. Alright, well, get that fixed. I don't have any repair gel just yet. So we are hungry here, so let's make a little snack. What if we just found a frog, a legendary frog down here? Imagine. Okay, okay, this is a good creature to try and beguile. There we go. The problem is when you have the glow moth, they do tend to shoot you in the back of the head accidentally, fairly often. But okay, never mind. This one died immediately. They generally deal a lot of damage, I find, for a lower level companion. This is prime corrosive gas territory right here. Alright, what do we have? We have spiked steel gauntlets. These are really good if you're doing like a carbide hand bones run, like a Trukin, and you equip these. You get the bonuses as well for punching people. Quite heavy, but I guess I can sell them. Alright, we got 100 feet. Ah, my chrome revolver reduced to dust. You don't see that very often. Alright, we have 150 feet. We just need 50 more feet of copper wire here. Just kill everything. Do something really stupid and run into this big group of kudzu. Just to milk every single bit of XP I can out of this place. We're only getting 2 XP per kudzu. You never know what they're hiding. Nothing in the by the looks of it. Come on, just give me 50 more feet of wire so I can get out of this shithole. You know the cool thing about corrosive gas as well? If you want to build a player base, you can go to a location like this. You can pop it over the whole map and literally remove everything. And you basically have like a completely fresh piece of land that you can do whatever you want with. That's something that I might do. If we make it to like the mid game or the late game, I may make a little base. Alright. Looks like we're gonna have to go back up. Check I'm not missing any copper wire. I seem to be, oh, it's a Kindle-thumbed kudzu. That's kind of cool. Yeah, this is a beetle bum. This is a... kind of a scary guy. Maybe not at level 11. If we can't find wire here, we... oh, okay, I see wire. Alright, beautiful. Get me out of here. I need to find the stairs. No, he rusted my pickaxe. Okay, that's actually something I didn't take into account here. That was my free pickaxe, you son of a bitch. Okay, there we go. Get me out. Actually can't wait to finish work and play QUD. Haven't felt that way about QUD in a little while. Yeah, you know, like, I know what you mean. There was like a time after streaming it for like 2 months straight or whatever we did when I started streaming. I felt really burnt out, but like right now I'm enjoying playing QUD and I'm like looking forward to it, and I know exactly what you mean. Alright, we finally have the Grit Gate quest. And we have the recoiler now, I believe. Do we have the recoiler? Alright, Argyle, I need you to do me a solid here and firstly ID this sphere of negative weight. Not for that much water though, get the hell out of here, you absolute con artist. Okay, repair this. Repair this. Thank you very, very much. Oh, here we go. It's the showdown between Argive and the Priest of the Silt. Obvious who's going to win. Let's try. Okay, let's throw a bunch of garbage in here for now. We can sell later on. And let's go and check out these historical sites. See what Tam has before we leave. Ooh, elastin skin suit. I'm a big fan of this. Quite expensive though. I've been thinking about installing a mod that, if it exists, it may not actually exist. Installing a mod that makes it so that you can ask any trader that's selling a weird artifact, you can ask them to ID it, because it makes sense. I think that most traders, they're not going to sell something if they don't know what it is, you know, like with an arbitrary price attached to it, like this weird artifact, you know, like, so if just like when you speak to tinkerers and you can get them to ID things, I think it would be handy if any trader could do that, could tell you what you're looking at. And that would officially be the first mod that I've ever really tried. If it exists. I don't know if it does. Alright, let's take the copper nugget. May as well get rid of these folding chairs. They don't sell for anything. Okay, I think we're good. Hopefully we don't run out of water. I guess we'll see. We only have 42. There's a historical site literally right here, so... And we're lost. Of course. Beautiful. You're thinking of getting a base building mod? Haven't looked yet though. Yeah, go for it, dude. If it works well, let me know. Hey, level 12. I think we're gonna put this into probably horns. Yeah, now we get a 2d6 roll instead. So let me check something real quick. Sorry. Okay. 8 penetration. That's really good for our level. Anyway. Now, what did I want to buy? I wanted to get where was it? I wanted to get snake oiler. And I wanted to get something else. I can't remember what. Can we do any more short blade stuff? Just jab. I don't want jab. I guess it doesn't hurt to have jab. Technically. Because we're just using our horns as our main attack at the moment. If we take jab, we can also equip a dagger in our actual hands, and we can get attacks from those as well. But I'm not too worried about that just yet. Let's start working towards we can't get, what is our intelligence? 18. Yeah, we can't get trash divining yet, unfortunately. Alright, so next level up we'll be able to get snake oiler and start making some money. Big money. Okay, who am I dealing with here? Let's collect the honey to sell. Set that to auto collect. Okay, we do have a portal here. Little bit scary, to be honest. Tempting to jump through it, but it would be a terrible idea. Because I would love to go in the portal, but knowing my luck, I will end up in, like, Lake Hinnom or somewhere. Like, endgame area, or, like, next to a chrome pyramid. Let me just take a little sip here. So where's the stairway, then? Didn't see a stairway. Interesting. Either the stairway down is blocked off, or we have to go through a portal. That's not normally the case. So let's pop some corrosive gas here and see if we can chew our way through to anywhere. Oh, this looks like yeah, here we go. There's a one of those worms. There it is. Seed sprout worm. Alright, cool. We got a moon gate as well. Portals absolutely everywhere. I don't want to destroy them if I can help it. So let's wait, did I not repair my... No, I did repair my pickaxe. Oh wait, hold on, sorry, my bad. I haven't actually set this to be my main hand. There we go. Beautiful. Set my horns back to being my main weapon. We have here wine. Let's collect this. And let's set it to auto collect. I normally don't do this much collecting from all the different liquids, but I think if we're trying to make some money here, buy some nice stuff, we may as well pick up everything that we can, you know. More books, amazing. Okay, here we go. Here's our first artifact from a historical site, our first relic. Let's see what we have. We've located Teva, Cook Home. It's the Dream of Charm. Okay, let's see what it does. Wow, this is garbage. TED acid resistance. Whenever you're about to take avoidable damage, there's a 6% chance you blink away instead. Could be interesting. But we can teleport when we take damage. I'm gonna equip it just to see how it works. Which slot does this go in? It's an armband. Okay. Holy shit! You jumped so hard. You received an Amber Alert on your phone. Really? Is it just a test? What does it say, Frank? We do have it in the UK. Yeah. We just, a few months ago, we had our first emergency test. It's a real alert. You have an emergency system here where all phones are... Oh my god, is everything okay? What a birthday. Oh, we blinked. Did you see that? We blinked. Interesting, it's chaotic. I'm gonna keep it. It's fine. Is it like a weather warning or something? Oh, it's a missing kid. Oh yeah, that's rough. Yeah, we've only had that in the UK like a month or so. We tested it for the first time. was like a big deal. Everyone was like, oh my god. Leather gloves. Do we even have gloves equipped? Yeah, we do. You've had it for a few years now. You get 3 to 4 a year, really? Are they normally like missing people, or is it a mixture of stuff? It's a good idea for sure. Obviously, there's people like there were people like conspiracy theorists that were like, oh, the government's using it to do something or the other. I was like, kind of nonsense, you know. I'm really intrigued to see where these portals are going. Mostly amber alerts about forest fires. Actually, all of the east coast down to Florida has a red sky right now because of Quebec's fire. Really? I didn't know you were having forest fires there at the moment. That must be really surreal to see like the red sky. How hot is it at the moment in Canada? I guess the problem is in Canada, I'm imagining you have a lot of like evergreen trees and they're filled with like oil basically. So once they start burning, they're really hard to stop. Yeah, I'll definitely take a look. Something's shooting at me. Alright, we may get 2 artifacts out of this place. I'm loving having the pickaxe in our offhand. Cities are being evacuated and stuff. Holy cow, man, that's insane. Okay, I'm officially getting annoyed at the teleporting stuff. But it is kind of funny. Yeah, in the house I grew up in, we had a conifer tree in our front garden, and we had an enemy, and he set the tree on fire, and it burned for like a long time, like a long time. It's not warm, but it's very dry at the moment. 75% of trees in Canada are conifers. Yeah, exactly. Like once that first flame hits and they catch fire, like they are not, until they've burnt out completely, they are not gonna stop. That's terrifying, man. I hope has anybody like died or anything, or are people okay? It's a bookbinder. Wow, our health got really low there. Hey, there's a bookbinder just chilling here. Look at this. You don't think people died, but a lot of people are losing their homes. Yeah, that's fucked up. That's really tragic. I can't imagine, like when I see like when there's like a hurricane, or sorry, a tornado. There's another bookbinder. Sorry, I'm getting very distracted. Like in America, in like Kansas and places like that, and your entire home just gets destroyed within like a few seconds, basically. That is fucked. That's enough to make you like not want to live in that whole state, you know. Conifer is really just a huge conifer forest. Oh yeah, I know. That's why it's so appealing to me. I find that kind of environment very very peaceful. You know? Holy cow, the amount of bookbinders on this save file. You're lucky there. You don't have tornadoes, no earthquakes, no deadly insects. You only have forest. Yeah, the UK is the same. We don't really have any like. Occasionally we have floods, but we don't have any like natural disasters. We don't have any scary animals. I think the deadliest animal in the UK are probably cows. So we have that going for us. But beyond that, we're good, you know. I'm loving all these books. You have wolverines, bears, and wolves, but you don't really. Yeah, okay. I tell a lie. I think there are parts of Scotland where wolves have been reintroduced, as well as wild boar. So those are probably technically the most dangerous, but I think cows are definitely up there in terms of killing the most people. I could be wrong about that though. They're not so social. You mostly won't even see them if they're there. Yeah, exactly. Like, we have badgers in the UK, but you don't see them, like, ever. I've never seen a living badger, even though they're, like, all over the country. I've seen them dead at the side of the road. What is this? But I've never seen a living one. Bim biddy bim biddy bum bum bum. Bidda bidda bum bidda bum bum bum. Hey, we teleported over there. That was lucky. Alright, let's see what we have here. We have an iron buckler. That's actually good. I'm gonna learn shields from the warden. We have some kind of artifact. A booster gun. Junk, but we can sell it. And we have... I guess we can take the two-handed sword. Looks like we have a mummified corpse here to open. So, let's deal with that. Oh no, this one is just a regular... It's not a mouldering corpse, it's just mummified. Okay. I guess the most dangerous animal in the UK is humans. Well, yeah, technically. You have that kid that goes into people's homes. I'm so annoyed that even in Canada, that story is like, yeah, this guy's an absolute dick. Recently, he went into a, you know, Primark? Do you know what Primark is? It's like a fast fashion place, like really cheap clothes. He recently went into a Primark with like a group of people and they just started trashing the place. I hope something is done about this guy because I hate him. Like, actually hate him. I don't even know him. And he says like, oh, these are like social experiments, or oh, people are only outraged because he's like a young black male. And I'm like, no, dude, it's because you're being an absolute dick. Fuck you. Like, if somebody wandered into my home, I would not be asking questions. I would immediately kick the shit out of them. The kid is so detestable, poor kid. I love that word, detestable. I need to work that into my vocab more often. It's a great word. Yeah, you could be blue, bro. Nobody would like you. Yeah, exactly, dude. Stop making it about like actually important topics like race, and instead just admit you're just a dick. You know? Alright, what do we got here? We got some honey. More books. Ha, a turret tinker. And a mine layer. And a prism. No, a gelatinous wedge, sorry. Okay, what is this gas? This is stun gas, that's very bad. Hold up, hold up, hold up. What do we have down here? Cider. Are we full of cider already? No, we're not even collecting cider. Ding dong. Dude, we're gonna be alcohol merchant. You saw the Piers Morgan interview. Oof, that was meme gold. Yeah, what a detestable man Piers Morgan is. Absolutely hate him. Two absolute trash bags in the same room. What an interview that must have been. I didn't watch it because it would annoy me too much. You think the reason he got so known is the dog stealing part? If you steal a dog, they'll treat you like you stole a kid almost. Yeah, to be honest, it's the same here. I don't know why he kind of got away with doing that. You're screwed, you're going to jail, not coming out. Good. Are we done? You say there's no stairways leading down, but I'm pretty sure I saw one. Oh, it's a pit. I'm gonna jump down the pit, because why not? I was hoping for another artifact, but perhaps it doesn't exist. Although I do see like something up here. No, it's nothing. Okay. He did get arrested, but he didn't get jailed. He's still out being a dick. I feel bad for him. He's got some kind of problem. I think a lot of it as well is like he's doing it because, you know, it's like it's something he can put on his TikTok. So it's probably like a form of extreme narcissism, perhaps. All right, level 13, baby. Give me horns, level 7. Are horns like consistently good until the end game? I think they might be. With the strength cap bonus, it's Alright, we're done here, I think. Yeah. Let's recoil out of here. Probably not going to have enough juice. Yeah. Then I'm going to take some stuff back up to the stilt. Sounds like antisocial personality disorder. Yeah, that's true. You feel like everyone's against you, try to test the limits. Yeah, he definitely has like antisocial personality disorder. or something adjacent to that. Okay, we're going to take all of the stuff that we can prioritize selling here. Stun rod, very nice. Two-handed stuff, nice. 12 daggers, sure. Compound bow, yes. Can we afford to take this? We can, just about. Alright, that's too much. Okay, cool. Random Frank question of the day. Would you rather go on a 1-week fishing trip with that kid or with the Dalai Lama? Yeah, that's an easy one. Definitely the Dalai Lama, even though he's did that weird tongue sucking thing. Do you remember that? That was creepy. That's why you chose him. Yeah, I would much rather go with the Dalai Lama. Also, because I think llamas are cute. You know? The fluffy animal. Alright, let me put the question to you then, Frank. Would you rather go on a 1-week fishing trip in the wilderness? Alright, you're gonna go deep into the Yukon. Right, somewhere really remote in Canada. You have to go on a hunting trip with that kid, that what is that guy called? Forget his name. It begins with an M. You go with him, or you go with Minty, yeah, something like that. Mitzi, that's what it is. Mitzy, I think. You can go with Mitzi for a week, or you can go with Hitler. Who are you going with? Well, then the kid. I don't think I would. I think I would go with Hitler. Just so I could like push him into like a lake or something. Because I wouldn't want to hurt that other kid, but Hitler, you know what? I feel like it's fair game. You can get pushed into a lake. You deserve it. You know, that must be a really common thing, right? In like Canada, you could probably... You went on like a hunting trip or a fishing trip and somebody like just vanished. That must happen all the time, you know? You could have a chance to talk... Nah, it's not my job to talk sense into people. But I know what you mean. That... Oh my god, dude. The getting lost. Please, I'm very sick. I don't have wayfaring, so it's my own fault. That happens. Drunk people on a boat and one is... Yeah, exactly. I think people often underestimate how big Canada actually is. Hey, Barathromites. No, they're not Barathromites. These are... just bears. Just bears. Alright, well, you know what? Get melted by the power of corrosive gas. Canada is big enough that you could walk in circles all your life and never be able to get out of the forest. Yeah, exactly. It's an amazing... it's definitely in my like top 3 list of countries I would love to check out. The wilderness, like the unending wilderness, is really like really appealing to me. Boo boo ba boo ba boo bee. Oops. If you're into wildlife, Canada is great. Not much for historical places and cities. No, but that's fine, you know. I think most places in the New World, like in North America, that, you know, they do obviously have a whole bunch of history, especially with like the native histories, like the Native Americans and the first. You call them the first people in Canada, the First Nation. Yeah, First Nation. Wow, he lunged at me. That was cool. I didn't know they had that ability. Alright, what did he drop? Displacer bracelet. Alright, cool. Am I overweight? I am overweight. Let's drop these bows. And then maybe take as much cider as we can here. Alright, we're quite overweight at this point. We're gonna have to drop I mean, the daggers are probably a good one. I think armor's probably the thing to drop here. Drop. Drop the freezing club. US has some great places to visit. True, but for me, it's more. I'm more going to a place because I want to enjoy like the I want to enjoy the wilderness, and I think that stuff really appeals to me more than like going to, I don't know, like Disneyland or something like that. You know what I mean? Need to shed £5 here. What do we have here? Perfect. All right, we're good. We do have loads of honey here, but can't be taking that. May as well eat since we're here. New York City was impressive to see. Yeah, I will give it exceptions to places like New York City, you know, supposedly like the greatest city on Earth. So I would like to go to New York, if only for the experience. But for me, I don't like necessarily doing like touristy things. I would rather like go to like a cool forest or something, you know. It's not the greatest city, you'll confirm that, but it's very impressive. What is in your opinion, the greatest city that you've been to? $18,000 XP. That's going to be a few levels, I feel like. Level 14, level 15. Genome, you know what? Let's do double muscled. Lovely stuff. Right, we do have an attribute point. I'm going to put it into intelligence because I'm going to have to. There's some stuff I need. You don't think there is one, but if you were to pick, you'd choose Montreal over New York. You may be biased. No, I think that's okay. I mean, the bias counts for something. Like, I love London. A lot of people don't like London. I love it. I would love to go to Montreal for sure. Montreal. It's the city of gold. Montreal. 2d7, yes. Alright, beautiful. We get Snake Oiler just in time. And let's... You could get a Kimbo. A Kimbo, my lord. I would love to get Hobble. Hobble these nuts. I guess I'll get Wayfaring as well. I'm going to save my points for now. We're going to pick up Shield for free, so maybe we'll get Shield Slam. Montreal is very similar to New York, but with less people. It's just 6 hours away when you think about it. What from you? Is it 6 hours away from you? You don't live... Wait, where do you live again? You live... You live in your town, your city is called... You do live in Montreal, I thought so. It's pretty crazy that New York is only 6 hours away. I would say only. But that's pretty good, relatively speaking. And that's by plane, right? Yeah, that's definitely by plane. Closer than Toronto. No, by car. Holy shit, really? That's way closer than I thought it would be. But then again, I guess you know, like when you look at, like, there are parts of Canada that literally you just have to like float over the Great Lakes to get to, right? Places like Toronto. And then you end up in like Michigan or somewhere. Alright, we're gonna take Shield. And I'm gonna get I'd rather have deft blocking. Get that. Let's equip. Where are we? Let's I guess we can just put it in our hand. I thought we don't have a shield? We do have a shield. Iron buckler. There we go. You can put the buckler on your arm if you want. Probably a bit more efficient, but oops. Alright, let's go check out one of our hundreds of bookbinders that we have real quick and see if we can pick anything up. Yeah, Detroit, for example, is 3 hours away from Toronto, maybe even less. You get to Boston in 4 hours and cross the border in 45 minutes to Vermont. That's actually amazing. I would forever be going back and forth. We've got some sun slag. Could maybe be getting the sun slag. I'm sorry to destroy your tent. I didn't mean it. Oh my lord. Alright, bookbinder number 1. I feel like Vermont is like one of those states that no one ever goes to. Cult of the Coiled Lamp. You know what? I may just start buying all of the Schrodinger pages I can. Not like we can't afford it. I feel like the iCore merchants have been nerfed or something. They don't seem to have good stuff very often anymore. Interesting route that we took there. Did you visit Europe at all? You're so close to epic places. Not as much as I should. I've been to a few places. I've been to Greece. I've been to Portugal. I've been to Poland. And I've been to France. But that's it. Some of those were like well, the Poland one was like a school trip, and the other three were like family holidays basically, so I couldn't really, and they were a long time ago, so I couldn't really do the things that I would do now. I haven't been abroad for a long time. At least you get very different cultures. Here it's two options, Canadian or American. Yeah, that's true. But at the same time, I feel like those countries, because of where they are, they do have a really good they have a good mix of people, you know. All right, we're done here. Like different cultures and things. That's one of the things that I find most appealing about London is there's lots of really cool cultural stuff, but also there's just a good mix of people, and people that you wouldn't normally meet if you lived outside of the cities, you know? And I really like that. Lots of really good food as well from like different cultures. Put the honey in here for now. Just waiting for the day that we can actually sell stuff and get some good deals. Alright, let's head back to Joppa. You know what, let's entangle this this text here for the Cult of the Coiled Lamb. I'm now favoured by the Cult of the Coiled Lamb. Cool. So this guy belongs to the Cult of the Coiled Lamb. Agree, multicultural cities are the best. Yeah, for sure. Like in Montreal, for example, what do you other than like French Canadian, what's probably the second biggest cultural group or like racial group that you have there? All right, let's see if Tam has anything good. Probably not, but I'm in the game for some armor here, some nice armor. Nothing. It does have some kind of sword. Probably a garbage like copper sword or something, or a bronze sword. Sorry. 7 copper nuggets. I think we take that. You know what? Chuck the chem cell. And I guess take this. Give me an excess of water since we're amphibious. We're gonna need it. Okay. What's the time now? I think I'm probably gonna have to head off. You know what we can do? Should we go send a raid? I hope you enjoyed the cut. I'm really enjoying cut at the moment. Let's go send a little raid over to Gothic Library. I believe she is streaming right now. Have a look. Yes. All right, let's go. Yeah, we're gonna go raid Gothic Library. with the hello, how art, and I will be back on Friday. Maybe tomorrow. I might do a little stream tomorrow, but Friday for sure. Take it easy, guys, and I will see you then. Bye-bye.